let us discuss some investing principles and philosophies, right from the very basic beginner level knowledge. Well, most of the people who are just starting their investment journeys, they have very little idea as to how to go ahead and invest, and they have very little idea about the various different asset classes, the various different currencies. They have little idea about diversification, its relevance or its non-significance, because sometimes it can be very useful, sometimes it may not be very useful. One of the key fundamental ideas in investing is to preserve and protect the capital. Let us talk about this particular idea of preserving and protecting the capital. Quantum mechanics happens to be probabilistic in nature. Because of that, markets are also probabilistic in nature. Now, when we are engaging in short-term speculative instruments, then we literally do not know whether the market is going to go up or down. So what ends up happening is sometimes the market goes up, sometimes the market goes down. Also, there are these two very human characteristics of greed and fear. So during a bullish run on the market, too many people are very greedy. So that overshoots the market demand and overshoots the value of securities. During a bearish run, the market overshoots in the negative direction, and compared to the fair value of market securities, the price may fall even below. These are the two fundamental emotions that we need to master by having a very steady temperament towards investing. As a rule of thumb, we particularly recommend that at age 25, a human being should have at least 1 year worth of their living expenses saved in cash or cash equivalent instruments. At age 30, it should be 2 years worth. At age 35, it should be 3 years worth. At age 40, it should at least be 4 years worth. At age 45, it should be 5 years worth. At age 50, 6 years worth. At age 55, 10 years worth at least. And at age 60, 30 years worth. This is how the compounding effect is supposed to go and enhance your effective net worth. So when we understand this basic concept of savings, we can now venture forth into what happens to the capital that we have beyond the saved amount. So let us say we have got 100 currency units beyond the saved amount. We recommend 50 should still go in secure instruments. Maybe traditionally gold has been one relatively secure instrument. Bank fixed deposit or government linked fixed deposit have been traditionally secure. We don't know about the future. The past cannot tell us about the future. We cannot predict the future by just analyzing the past. In fact, most of the times it is very difficult to predict the future. Coming back to the point, 25% should be secure. 25% can be in mutual funds or some instruments that are related to mutual funds or index funds, so as to say, relatively over the side of being more secure than more volatile and risky. 25% can be in individual stocks, value invested, such that you consider that those stocks will go up in value with time, and the last 25% can be relatively risky, volatile. We recommend your own business or startup venture, or our own business and startup venture, or a business or startup venture of somebody in our friend or family, wherein we are really believing in the product and service that they are going to deliver, or not necessarily in our friend or family as well, a startup venture in general basically, alright. Or the last 25% can alternatively be used for short-term plays, like for instance, currently as of 2021 there is this crypto craze. Now crypto, we don't know whether it's a Ponzi scheme or it's not a Ponzi scheme. That is a discussion for another time. But short-term plays, essentially speaking, in speculative instruments that not necessarily have an underlying asset that has certain amount of book value or balance sheet net equivalent value, wherein we do not know what's going to happen, but as of now it seems to be working. So not more than 25% should be invested therein. I would personally recommend out of that 25% also, 4/5 or the 20% chunk should go in startups, and only 5% should go in speculative instruments like highly volatile tech company stocks or highly volatile cryptocurrencies and so on and so forth. So just as a speculative hedge against correlated market assets, crypto can be used. So this is generally a good rule of thumb investment philosophy for new investors. For people who know what they are doing, for instance, people like Warren Buffett, etc., they can also have plays wherein they have invested, or they can invest potentially a large percentage of their portfolio into certain fixed securities wherein they feel that the company is currently undervalued compared to the fair value of a company or the intrinsic value of a company. Currently, because of certain market conditions and the volatility and the vicissitudes that are present in the market, the company might be slightly undervalued or heavily undervalued. So they can even bet a larger percentage of their portfolio on such a company. So as small investors or as investors who are just starting the investment journey, this is a good rule of thumb. I have outlined the rule of thumb wherein at age 25, 1 year, at age 30, 2 years, and so on and so forth that I aforementioned should be the savings that should be in our normal savings bank account. Now, apart from that, over and above whatever capital we have can be divided into 4 parts, 25% each, and I have outlined how best to invest these 25% parts. This is for a novice investor who does not know what they are doing. This is very sound, very practical investment advice that hedges the investor against falling through the market and crash landing. So this gives good amount of security and protects the capital, which is very, very important during the investment journey. For the investor who knows what they are doing, who are very confident in a given particular marketable security or the stock of a company or the entire business as such, then they can perhaps change these percentages and invest the other way around as well, or invest a huge chunk, let's say 70, 80, 90% of their portfolio also in a certain heavily undervalued company that will definitely go ahead and do well in the future because it's fundamentally strong and has enough amount of book value to justify their purchase. So for a prolific investor, for an experienced investor who thinks they know what they are doing, they can have such kind of plays. But for a novice investor, the rule of thumb, the 25% each rule of thumb that we have recommended suits very well, and it protects against greed and fear, and it protects against the demise of the capital, which is the saddest thing that can happen in the investment journey. Also, let me reiterate that the investments that we have spoken about are on top of the savings that you need to have as an individual person. Now, if you are not having savings, then you need to understand your own lifestyle and try to analyze it well. Perhaps you need to cut down upon your spending and grow your income levels such that you have that much amount of saving. 1 year worth of savings. 1 year means, let us say your monthly expenses are X. So you should have 12X amount of savings post tax in your bank account for emergency purposes, for the vicissitudes of life. We have just suffered the COVID crisis. We do not know what can happen at what point in time. Hence, savings are extremely key, crucial, and important. So 1 year worth of savings after tax should be there with you at age 25, 2 years at age 30, and so on and so forth. If you are not having that amount of saving, then that is a cue to increase your skill sets and hence your income level, and to cut down upon expenses. We have to always adjust our expenses according to our income and not try to take the help of credit cards in order to boost and bolster our lifestyle and live a more pompous and plush lifestyle compared to what we can afford to live. That is the recipe for financial disaster. So with this, I'll conclude this particular video, and I always invite questions and comments that the listener and the audience might have about this particular topic or any other particular topic. Having said that, I wish one and all, as always, light speed.